This is the plaza in front of Xiantao West Station in Hubei, which has now become a makeshift drying ground for rice and peanuts. Xiantao West Station is part of the Wuhan Railway Bureau's Shanghai-Chengdu Railway section. Located about 31 kilometers from Xiantao city center, it began construction in 2011 and opened on July 1, 2012. The station spans around 30,000 square meters with a waiting area that can accommodate about 1,500 passengers. By 2025, the station will have operated approximately 47 trains, connecting northern and southern routes to cities such as Shenzhen, Shanghai, Chengdu, and Chongqing. However, due to the lower than expected passenger numbers, some supporting infrastructure has been delayed. The location of Xiantao West Station has sparked some controversy. While it's located quite a distance from Xiantao city center, it's much closer to Tiananmen City. This has led to some light-hearted comments online, with many jokingly referring to the station as the stop for passengers heading to Tiananmen. The newly built Huarong high-speed railway station has also been abandoned. Located in a small town in Huarong District, Ezhou City, Hubei Province, the station was originally promoted as a way to improve local transportation and spur economic growth. But today, the station stands empty and neglected. The building is locked up, the tracks are overrun with weeds, and the surrounding facilities are in disrepair. What was once meant to be a busy transport hub now sits in quiet decay. Similarly, a high-speed rail station in Dongshan Town, Zhongshan City, Guangdong Province has suffered the same fate. Part of the Guangzhou-Zhuhai Intercity Railway, it opened in 2011. Reports have indicated that by October 2025, at least 26 high-speed rail stations in China have either been underused or shut down, due to their remote locations, low passenger traffic, and insufficient surrounding infrastructure. Of these, 9 stations were abandoned right after completion, located in cities like Beijing, Jiangsu, Yunnan, and Hainan. The early push for high-speed rail expansion sought to cover as much ground as possible, often building stations in suburban areas or smaller towns with populations under 100,000. These stations, lacking easy transportation access, have seen far fewer passengers than expected.
Here's
Shenyang West Station, the high-speed rail stop that I'd bet 99% of you have never set foot in. It opened at the end of 2018, only to crash and burn 6 months later. Who thought this was a good idea? Building it here, of all places? Word is, this station was supposed to be a major hub for the Beijing high-speed rail. But once it started running, the passenger numbers were way lower than expected, the costs were through the roof, and they had to shut it down.
Shenyang West Station faced similar challenges due to its location. About 12 kilometers from the city center, it proved inconvenient for passengers. The lack of accessible transportation options further reduced its appeal, leading to low passenger numbers. Additionally, the absence of commercial and transport infrastructure around the station made it difficult for passengers to transfer quickly or leave the station. Due to the low population density around the high-speed rail station and the limited overall travel demand, the daily passenger flow at West Station has remained low for an extended period. There were even instances where the number of staff exceeded the number of passengers. Additionally, the surrounding commercial and transportation infrastructure has not been developed in sync with the station, making it difficult for passengers to quickly disperse or transfer to other modes of transport upon arrival. The so-called island effect worsened the situation. After the Beijing-Harbin high-speed railway opened, passengers began using other stations, and Shenyang West Station was left almost entirely unused. Ultimately, the station's construction and shutdown revealed a failure to properly assess the area's demand, resulting in wasted resources. Wulan Muqi Station in Inner Mongolia, located on the Beijing-Shenyang high-speed railway, opened briefly in June 2022, but has since been out of service. The core issue is its distance from the urban area, about 50 kilometers. As the only high-speed rail station in Fuxing Mongolian Autonomous County, it is too far from the city to attract sufficient passengers, and there are no local metro or bus connections to encourage use. According to evaluations by China's Railway Department, Wulan-Muqi Station's daily passenger numbers were under 100, far below the threshold required for opening a high-speed rail station. After opening, the operating costs exceeded ticket revenue, leading to consistent losses and the eventual closure of the station. Zijing Mountain East Station in Nanjing was completed back in 2010, but it still hasn't opened for use. The main issue lies in its location. It sits between Nanjing South Station and Xianling Station, just 16.1 kilometers from Nanjing South and only 7.2 kilometers from Xianling. This close proximity to other stations has made it hard to attract enough passengers, leaving the station unused for years. During the recent National Day holiday, the contrast in passenger flow between two special economic zones was stark. Shong'an Station was nearly empty, while Shenzhen North Station was packed with people. On October 5th, a video captured the emptiness at Shong'an Station, where only a few scattered travelers passed through, the daily passenger numbers barely reaching tens of thousands. In sharp contrast, Shenzhen North Station was crowded, with passengers packed into the waiting hall in a lively and busy atmosphere. Shong'an High-Speed Rail Station, located at the terminus of the Beijing-Shong'an Intercity Railway, opened on December 27, 2020. As the first major infrastructure project in Shong'an new area, it cost approximately 33.53 billion yuan and spans 475,200 square meters. The station was designed to be a key hub in China's high-speed rail network, connecting multiple lines including the Beijing, Hong Kong, and Shong'an-Xi'an high-speed railways. The government even claimed that Shong'an Station would become a vital part of China's 8 vertical and 8 horizontal high-speed rail network and would promote integrated development connecting transportation, business, industry, and public services. However, despite these ambitious plans, the station has struggled with low passenger numbers, especially during the 2022 pandemic when only one train operated in the entire month of June. By the end of 2024, China's high-speed rail network had expanded to 48,000 kilometers, with projections to surpass 50,000 kilometers by 2025, covering 96% of cities with populations over 500,000. But this rapid growth has relied heavily on local government debt and land finance. In pursuit of political success, many local officials have prioritized building infrastructures quickly, leading to massive waste and unfinished projects. These stations, once completed, are often left unused or repurposed for rail maintenance, highlighting a tendency for build first, ask questions later. As a result, China National Railway Group has accumulated a debt of over 5.9 trillion yuan, leading to the abandonment and closure of many stations across the country. This same mindset can be seen in the metro sector, where rapid expansion has led to financial struggles for many metro companies. By December 2024, major cities such as Suzhou, Chengdu, Xi'an, Hefei, Beijing, Tianjin, and Wuhan had opened new metro lines, pushing the total national metro network to over 10,000 kilometers. Yet 29 cities' metro companies are facing financial losses, with total liabilities reaching 4.3 trillion yuan. While metro systems are a symbol of urban modernization and provide convenience, they come with extremely high construction and operating costs. Despite rising revenues, many metro companies are seeing declining profits, largely due to increasing government subsidies. According to Jiemian News, analysis in 2023 show that after government subsidies, Shenzhen Metro reported a net loss of 180 million yuan. Beijing Metro posted a net profit of 2.4 billion yuan, with government aid amounting to 25.3 billion yuan, while Chengdu Metro had a net profit of 830 million yuan with 7 billion yuan in subsidies. An industry insider interviewed by Jianmen News compared the financial situation of China's metro systems to that of high-speed rail. She said metro systems are generally not profitable. Even Shanghai and Beijing's metros are losing money. Like high-speed rail, only a few major lines, like the Beijing-Shanghai route, make money. The rest are operating at a loss. At the same time, new metro expansion plans continue. Chengdu's fifth phase construction plan, which includes 10 projects, was accepted by national authorities in October 2025. Suzhou's fourth phase plan has completed environmental impact assessment and social stability evaluations, and Guangzhou is moving forward with plans for 8 new lines. While not all these projects will be approved, local government continue to push for infrastructure development to boost employment and GDP, regardless of the economic cost and the strain on public services. These high-profile political projects often focus on flashy achievements, disregarding economic feasibility and the struggles faced by the general public. Across China's vast landscape, we see more instances of build first, tear down later, and build, tear down, rebuild cycles, projects driven by political performance rather than real needs. In August 2023, the recently poverty-alleviated city of Lushan in Pingdingshan, Henan spent 7.2 million yuan on a cow herd and weaver girl landmark sculpture. The hefty price tag quickly drew backlash, with many online questioning whether corruption played a role in the inflated costs.
So tell me, what's a sculpture worth when it costs tens of millions or even billions? Get out of here.
According to reports, the project was awarded in early July, but a video posted on June 23rd showed the base of the sculpture already being built. Lushan County had just been removed from the list of poverty-stricken counties in February 2020, promoting suspicions that this project was another example of face engineering. The controversy quickly spread. On August 29, the Lushan County government issued a statement saying they had set up a joint investigation team, dismissed the responsible leaders, and disciplined the staff involved. They also said a comprehensive review would be conducted on the project's design, cost, and bidding process. After 2 years of investigation, on the evening of July 16, 2025, the Pingdingshan Joint Investigation Team reported that a third-party engineering consulting firm had recalculated the project's cost. The actual figure came to 2.1 million yuan, more than 5 million yuan lower than the original estimate. This delayed announcement sparked intense public debate. Many people quickly voiced their opinions online, calling it a strategy of delay or dragging out the decision. One commenter joked, "It's a good strategy, just drag it out until people forget. What can you do about it?" Another added, "It's not complicated, but that's exactly why it's so hard to explain." Others pointed out, if the cost was 750,000 yuan, companies would be fighting to take the job. But at 7.5 million, no company would touch it. Only a designated company would take it. The investigation also revealed that the head of the local Housing and Urban Rural Development Bureau had been dismissed. The deputy director in charge of bidding received a suspended sentence, and the involved company was fined. However, the main leader of Lushan County's party and government were merely reprimanded and instructed to write a self-reflection. The deputy county governor responsible for the project was given a verbal warning. This response sparked even more questions. Where did the 5 million yuan go? After all this corruption, they only got a suspended sentence? Why is everyone getting a suspended sentence? Isn't this just a case of raising it high and letting it fall lightly? In 2014, the state-owned Hubei Cultural Tourism Investment Group invested in a massive statue of the warrior Guan Yu in Jingzhou, which stands 57.3 meters tall and weighs 1,200 tons. The statue cost 172.9 million yuan to build and was completed in 2016. However, on October 8, 2020, China's Ministry of Housing and Urban Rural Development announced that the statue was an illegal construction. It was demolished on September 2, 2021 at a cost of 155 million yuan for the demolition alone. In November 2024, in Taiyuan, Shanxi Province, the county invested 590 million yuan in a project to improve the local water system and build urban parking lots. However, the funds were misused, with some money spent repairing the rooftop of the government office building and another 13.1 million yuan spent on installing fake coconut trees in a city square. The public outcry led the local government to demolish these structures overnight. Between July 2021 and December 2023, Chengdu's Jingmiu district invested 1.2 billion yuan in a 82,200 square meter foreign exchange center using imported stone, hand-woven wool carpets, and glass curtain walls. Once the details were exposed, it caused an uproar in the media. In May 2024, residents of Lake East Village in Changshu, Suzhou reported that a park costing nearly 17 million yuan was built, but just 5 months later it was completed, the park was demolished. Officials explained that the land was partially used in violation of agriculture zoning laws. On July 15, 2023, Guangzhou's Baiyun district announced that the newly built Bay Area Smart Park project in Chentian Garden had been identified as an illegal construction and was forcibly demolished. The project, which had been a key national asset initiative, was originally touted as a major step forward for local innovation. However, the government claimed that the building was torn down due to incomplete permits. When reporters attempted to reach the responsible department, the company involved refused to comment. In just 80 days, 7 buildings were constructed and demolished within 10 days. This raised concerns, with many questioning who is paying for this cycle of building and demolishing. Is it taxpayer money? For decades, China has focused on showcase or vanity projects which prioritize appearance over genuine public need. These projects often waste public funds. One example often cited is the Xiong'an New Area, a massive project promoted by Xi Jinping as a millennial plan, but often criticized as a vanity project. Under the Chinese Communist Party, large-scale urbanization has become a key driver of economic growth. But it has also left local governments saddled with enormous debt and resulted in numerous unfinished projects. Many buildings are constructed only to be torn down shortly after, creating a cycle of waste. On June 20th, 2025, Guizhou's Rongjiang and Chongjiang counties were struck by heavy rains, causing rivers to swell to levels not seen in over 30 years. Over 80,000 people were forced to flee their homes. In China, flooding during the rainy season has become a regular occurrence. While natural disasters are a factor, experts point out that the problem is also tied to the CCP's vanity projects. Effective stormwater drainage systems are crucial for protecting residents and property, yet CCP officials often focus on high-profile projects to boost their political standing, neglecting essential infrastructure like drainage systems. Local officials are known for prioritizing projects that offer quick returns, often diverting funds into more visible developments that can line their pockets. One insider explained, "When new officials take office, the first thing they do is dig up roads for municipal projects. It's a fast way to generate revenue and they pocket the money." An example of this is the Villages Connected project. Contractors seeking to bribe officials have been known to cut corners on construction quality. In some areas, waste materials were used instead of stone, and as a result, roads were easily destroyed during the rainy season. When floods hit, the CCP government often blames the disaster on once-in-a-century weather events while overlooking poor infrastructure. The issue of inadequate urban drainage is widespread across China, and during the rainy season, floods frequently submerge streets, a common sight in many Chinese cities. Reports from multiple media outlets have highlighted that since Xi Jinping's rise to power, vanity projects have become more common across China. Not only have there been absurd projects that are built and demolished repeatedly, but even the Xiong'an New Area, which he personally championed, has faced criticism. On April 1st, 2017, the CCP issued a directive to create the Xiong'an New Area, planning to transform it into a new special zone with education, culture, healthcare, science, and economic functions. The goal was to relocate several major state-owned enterprises and government entities from Beijing to alleviate pressure on the capital. It is reported that several prestigious universities, including Peking University, Beijing Geological University, Beijing Jiaotong University, Beijing University of Science and Technology, and Beijing Forestry University, are set to relocate to Xiong'an to continue their operations. The CCP has also decided that three types of enterprises will move to the new area, including the headquarters of state-owned enterprises, financial and e-commerce companies, and energy, resource, and engineering firms, including government, political, cultural, and educational institutions. A total of 4.5 million people are expected to relocate from Beijing to Xiong'an. Xi Jinping has also led several delegations of the Standing Committee of the Political Bureau to inspect the Xiong'an new area, praising the project as high-level, modern, completely correct, and a millennial plan. Xiong'an has seen some initial infrastructure development, including road transportation, electricity, telecommunication, gas pipelines, and tree planting. A modern high-speed rail station has also been built and some buildings have been completed, but the city remains eerily quiet, with a few restaurants or services, and it's far from the vibrant urban area that was originally envisioned. As of 2025, Xiong'an has already seen 660 billion yuan invested. However, with China facing an economic downturn, high unemployment, rising debt, a collapsing real estate market, and struggling public finances, the question remains: can the country continue to fund Xiong'an's long-term development? The fact that Xiong'an could become another stalled project seems increasingly likely. As early as December 2015, the Chinese state-run Sanxi Daily reported that buildings in China often fail not due to quality issues but because of poor planning and the rush to create visible achievements. The article quoted industry insiders who explained that officials often rely on urban construction projects to boost their political standing. It says, tear it down once to create GDP, then build it again to create GDP. A commentator for the Epoch Times named Li Ling warned that with the CCP pushing for more urban renewal projects, local officials are likely to create more short-lived vanity projects. While the CCP leadership claims to oppose such projects, the fact that Xi Jinping is personally pushing them, even overseeing projects that are built and torn down repeatedly, reveals that the system itself is flawed. Without elected government officials, freedom of the press, and effective oversight, these issues will continue. As long as the CCP remains in power, China's problems will remain unresolved.